guys, I'm going to go through the hip CAR in quadruped position. So quadruped, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. So with this movement, we're going to take the hip through its full range of motion. All right, and I'll point out a few compensations that I find people doing as well. So with this move, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first bring my hip into flexion. So from here into flexion. Now what I'm going to do is abduct away from my body to there, and as I get to there, internally rotate into hip extension. Once I get to extension, bring through into flexion again, back up into extension, slowly move the knee away from the midline, externally rotate, right back to the start. So you can see every move that I did there was nice, slow and controlled, really trying to get as much range as I could. So a few things that I see with compensations when people are doing this is when they come into flexion, they lose their lumbar, so they round at the lower back. That's what we don't want. When we abduct, whichever side they're doing, so obviously I'm doing my right side, left arm tends to bend to give people that bit more range, but it's false. So we lose when people abduct, they tend to bend their arm. When we come into extension, they lose their lumbar. So the lumbar arches, that means we've lost the core. So from here, we tend to see this. So actually the lumbar is actually lifting. There's no glute activation at all. What we want is spine there, and then lift. So now I'm feeling it right into the glute. So again, I'll go through the rep again. So into flexion, really squeezing in my hip, abduct, away, keeping my arms nice and straight, internal rotation, into extension, back up, move the leg away from the body's midline, externally rotate and round. A couple of other things as well is when you're doing the rep itself, if you feel that you're leaning to one side, a couple of things that I do with my clients is I put a foam roller on one side of the leg, or you can use a wall just to make sure that you're not leaning. All right, it's very important that you don't lean. Once you're in the quadruped, really engage with the shoulders and the lats to stabilize the shoulder and your positioning as well.